Hey everybody, Bill Ionelli. Welcome to the Real Estate Matters videocast. It is late May in Prescott, Arizona 2020. Just going to give you an update on the statistics and what's going on with Prescott. I did this a couple years ago, had a great response. People wanted an updated stats up the marketplace and the real estate and Prescott and what's going on and who's living here and what's happening. It's hard to find this information online. So let me adjust the camera here. Hands-free driving. And let's get right to it. I'm going to drive around Prescott, show you the scenery. It's a beautiful day in Prescott. It is 83 degrees at May 29th. 111 down in Phoenix. That's why it's beautiful here. People come up from the valley. Prescott, Arizona. Let's go. Population 44,000, give or take. That's Prescott proper. You know, that's not bad. That's it. I heard it's really booming. Well, it is. Prescott Valley, 48,000. Bigger than Prescott, which is Prescott Valley is a little bit east of here, lower elevation. And Chino Valley, a farming community, is 12,000. So we've got over 100,000 in the Tri-City area, they call it, and continuing to grow. Considering that's not too bad. I was brought up, went to school in the late 70s, and Prescott had 13,000 people when I was in high school. So you've seen and Prescott Valley didn't exist. So you've seen a huge growth in the Prescott area. We're a mile high, 5,300 feet elevation. And there's areas here where I live is 6,200 feet. You can go up as high as 7,000 within 11 or 12 miles of downtown Prescott. Largest ponderosa pine forest, one of the top 5 in the world actually. Over 1.2 million acres. Ponderosa pine forest, Prescott National Forest, Coconino, it's Flagstaff National Forest. Beautiful, beautiful area. That's why people are moving here. I mean, look around. When we drive around, you're going to go, wow, that's nice. It's a summer day. It's beautiful. And here's what's going on. Population, 45 to 64, about 27% of the people. 27% over 65. 18 to 45, 18% of the people. And under 18 is around 18%. So you can see you're probably in the wheelhouse. You're probably in the 40s is where the majority of people, 40s and up is the majority of people. Although we are becoming a younger town and state. Average age in the state is 35.9. So you've seen a shift where, Arizona, that's a bunch of senior citizens and people like that. No, a lot of young people. A lot of happening things going on in the state of Arizona for many different reasons, which we'll get into. So the population up here is the older population, 40s and above is the majority of people here. But there's a lot more, and they're having children, and so you're seeing a lot more natives like myself and people that have growing up here that were born and raised in Arizona, where you didn't used to see that when I was going to school. Now there's very few of us left that are third, fourth generation Prescottonians, which is kind of cool. I'm proud of that. So, snow. Oh, does it snow? It does snow. We get snow here. Average 13 to 16 inches, although we've had close to 30 last year, and the year before in the 20s, we've had some nice snowfall, but it's not like, oh my God, it snows. Well, it snows 4 or 5 inches, 6 inches, it's usually gone. We've had a couple big ones the last couple years, which is good because we are dry here, and we were in a drought, still are. Rain, 9 to 12 inches of rain. Rainy season's coming up. We get what's called the monsoon seasons here, July, August. It rolls in, dumps down a ½ inch, and cools everything off, and then it's nice at night. I love that time of year. Sometimes it hits a lot, sometimes it doesn't hit at all, but last couple years we've had a lot of rain as well. So climate is nice here though overall. Just about a great 4 seasons. You get to enjoy the 4 seasons here on average. It gets cold in the wintertime though. I'm not going to lie to you about that. We'll get down in the teens or below, 11, 10 degrees a few days in the winter time, and we'll get up to 100 or so in the summertime here in July, parts of August. So you do need air conditioning or some sort of a cooling unit up here. Some agents will tell you don't need air conditioning. That's just simply not true, because it gets a little uncomfortable here in the hottest months. So keep that in mind if you're looking around the area. Taxes, Arizona 6.35% sales tax. That's low considered. Phoenix is 8 and 9%. Depending on where you live, it could be a little bit higher in Prescott Valley, Prescott area, but on average, let's just call it 6.5%. State sales tax, state tax, I mean, for your filing of IRS is about 2.5 to 4.5%, depending on your tax bracket. That's not bad at all, considering some other states are much more than that. I'm downtown Prescott right now. We're getting over the coronavirus, as you can see, right? Everything's open down here. People are milling around. The restaurants are opening up. And I went today, you know, they had masks on. Limited seating, but it's nice to go out to a restaurant. They're taking all their safety precautions up here. Our numbers are low up here for the virus, and things are picking up. I'm headed down to Whiskey Row right here. Famous Whiskey Row on the right-hand side with all the bars and restaurants. It hops. This place hops. There's mats in the palace. I've done videos on those if you want to look at that. The courthouse is to my left. People come down here and walk around and walk their dogs. There's events down here. There's craft fairs. Last weekend there was a craft fair. 4th of July is coming up. They block it off, have a big parade down here where I'm driving. Come around the plaza. It's like Old Town USA. You know, people with their dogs right there. There's kids, there's young kids. Here comes some young girls here. So, nice little vibe downtown. There's one high school, and there's 2 junior highs, 4 or 5 elementary schools. There's charter schools here that are very popular now, and for the junior high school era. And the public school system's good as well. And Prescott Valley has its own high school. Chino Valley now has its own high school, where before they were all they fed into Prescott. So actually there are less people graduating Prescott High School than there were 40 years ago when I graduated. Kind of amazing. So the school system's good, charter schools and regular schools if you have children and you're thinking about moving to the area. The big thing is you're like, Bill, what am I going to do for a living? Well, that's tough. Wages are not great here. This is the library up here on the right, that building right past this stop sign with the big roof. That's the Prescott Library right there on the right-hand side. Coming downtown into the houses here. What do people do for a living? Hey, I need a job. What's the big deal? Who are the employers? Well, government's one of the #1 employers, county, state, local government. Number 2 is Yavapai Regional Medical Hospital. People are getting older. There's a lot of need for people in the medical field, nurses, doctors, technicians, anything having to do with medical. You probably could land a nice job. Number 3, Ruger Guns. You've heard them, right? Storm Ruger, they are on the New York Stock Exchange. They're located out by the airport. Number 4, we got the VA Center. They employ a lot of people. Beautiful facility outside of town here. I'll do a video of that sometime, the VA Center. Prescott Unified School District, number 5. Number 6, Yavapai Gaming. We have a small couple casinos here. The Yavapai Indian tribe. There's only about 120 members that live on the reservation, Yavapai Indians, a small tribe, but they have some nice land heading out of town with Walmart and well, it used to be Walmart. There's Targets in there, Home Depot, Lowe's. Walmart's on the other side, and all kinds of businesses there. So they're a good employer. And then we've got a couple colleges here. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. That's pretty famous all over the world, actually. That's for pilots and all kinds of aircraft. My brother-in-law went there, and he's a captain at Delta. You get out of there, you can write your ticket in the airline industry. And we have a junior college, Yavapai Junior College. That's a nice big campus. They've got nice stuff. And Prescott College, which is more of an outdoor environmental science type thing college. private college. Pretty expensive to go there. People come from all over the world to go there as well. And then we have Cobham, used to be Global Wolfsburg. They make radios and parts for airplanes. They're here. And Better Built Aluminum for windows and things like that. They're here. Print Pack, they make labels for like Heinz, Del Monte products. So we do have some industry. I would like to see some more tech industry come here. Call centers maybe, but wages aren't that great. So you need to check out the job market if you are seeking employment before you move here and you want to get a decent job. Most of the people that I know are into the real estate industry, title, insurance, probation officers. I'm just thinking of buddies I grew up with. My dad was an electrician. A lot of, if you have a trade, you do really well here. If you have a trade, plumber, electrician, HVAC, framer, oh, they just can't keep those guys. I mean, if you're a young person, you want to get into the trade industry, or you have a trade industry, anything having to do with construction, you will do very well here. We're right downtown in the main drag right now. To the left is the Elks Theater. You see there's an elk up top. See it? Look at that. And to the right is the Hacienda Hotel. You can stay down here and have a good time. Drive you around downtown area. That's Thumb Butte right there, straight ahead. They call it Thumb Butte. You see it, looks like a thumb. It's kind of a local landmark here. You'll see that when I drive around. So what do people do here? Well, hiking trails, outdoors. There's 5 little lakes. I took a video of a couple of those online you can look at. There's 6 golf courses, or maybe more. There's 3 or 4 public courses, 2 out by the airport, really nice courses. Prescott Country Club's public out past Prescott Valley, really nice course. 2 private courses, Capitol Canyon, beautiful place. Straight ahead is the Santa Fe Depot. The old railroad used to come right through here. Look at that. Golf courses, public and private. Public and private golf courses. Got that going on for you. So people just can go out in the forest and hike and bike, and you can be out there in 5 minutes. That's why people love it. There's so much to do outdoors. It's a big outdoor place to live, with a lot of things that don't cost any money. So that's the allure. Weather, quality of life, and outdoor activities are why people are moving here. Well, who's moving here? Well, people from all over. Okay, Californians are all coming here, Oregon and Washington. Those are the 3 that I'm seeing a lot of people coming from those. But we're also getting people from back east wanting to escape the weather. And I'm sure we're going to get more people to escape the big cities after this virus shut down. So people are like, man, I'm sick of it. I want to move out here. I want to go to Arizona. I want to be a part of this. I just want to be living that lifestyle, you know? So that's who's moving here. Typically people have sold their house for a lot of money elsewhere, and they come here and go, wow, prices are cheap. I'll pay cash and I'll put the rest in the bank and I'll call it a day, and I'll walk my dog around the plaza, and I'll call it a day, and I'll do some volunteer work and eat and retire, and I love it. Take some hikes, and that's a lot of what people are doing. Or I'm sick of the city. I want to raise my family in a smaller community, and I like the feel of this place. So they're coming from all over the country, mainly from the far west, up and down the far west coast in those 3 states that I just mentioned to you. And you don't blame them for that, because the people there, they're just fleeing there for many, many reasons. What's going on with real estate? Well, can I afford a house, Bill? Let's look at a couple of stats. 2019, the average purchase price, $329,000. Now that takes into account all the areas I just mentioned. That's a big area. $329,000. You're going to pay more in Prescott proper, where I'm sitting right now. To buy in Prescott, you're going to have to pay every bit of that, probably closer to $4 to get something decent. Prescott Valley, you can get something very nice in the mid to high 2s, and that goes for Chino Valley as well. But Prescott's expensive. It's like oceanfront property. If you want to be in the Pines, you want to be downtown Prescott, you are going to be paying more money than you are if you're going to be in the outlying areas, which are nice as well. Different terrain, more rolling hills, far-reaching views. Here is more pines, as you can see as I drive around. But they're the whole area. So you really got to come here, do your homework, look at the different areas. If you have horses and animals, you want to look farther out. There's a lot of that. If you want to be in the pines, you need to look. If you want to be in the tall pines, it's a little more rural. You'll be on a well and a septic. So most people say, I want to be in the pines, but they want city utilities. And that would be through many of the areas in downtown Prescott and around downtown Prescott. There's some beautiful subdivisions. So the average price now, it was $329 last year. Right now we're sitting at $349, a 6% increase from last year. Not bad. I like to see the 4, 5, 6%. I don't want to see 16%. Average days on market, 63 days. And active listings, we have 1,075. That inventory is not real high. Last year we had 12 or 13. So the inventory is a little low, and that's why prices, supply and demand, obviously. So you can expect to pay $300 and above. Now there's some condos and some mobile homes and some smaller houses. You might stumble onto something less than that. But 200 is a thing of the past. 300 is the new 200, right? So that's what's happening. I'm driving straight up. Look, there's Thumb Butte again. Beautiful scenery on Thumb Butte. Just going to take you up there, up the road a ways, showing you the area on what's happening here. So that's kind of what's going on here for the statistics. You can drop me a line if you have a question. I've answered a lot of questions online. People are, okay, how's the water? Water is good. We get a lot of our water from the Verde River Basin, Big Chino Valley, where there's a huge aquifer. We're actually using less water, pumping less water out of there per capita with the people we have than we were 20, 30 years ago. People don't know that. They're worried about water here. Oh man, there are all these people moving water. Plenty of city water. Now the private wells, some of the areas, since there's so many people with the private wells, that water table has dropped. So if you do buy a house, you want to get the well tested for gallons per minute and for chemicals on the water system. If you're in the outlying areas, you'll be on like I said, a well and a septic system, which aren't that big a deal. I kind of like that actually. So you want to check that out on the utilities. But electricity, gas company, we have one cable company, internet, usually through your phone or cable. And I'm not a big fan of the cable company here. You can get Dish and things like that, and there's other options for your internet and your cable systems for your TV and things like that. But all city utilities in town. Expensive? No. Things here, gas maybe a little bit higher than would be in the city. I think it's in the mid-2s right now for regular. Food, you can still go out and get a nice meal for $12, $15 for dinner. They have specials, early bird special, happy hour special, things of that nature. You can take advantage of. Food at the grocery store is reasonable. It's good. And we have everything here. We have Costco, we have Trader Joe's, we have Sprouts, which is kind of like a Whole Foods type market. I'm going to drive through here. This is the Capitol Canyon Hacienda Country Club to show you the beauty in some of these areas. Look at this. Isn't this nice? I've done videos on most of these areas if you want to look at some of my older videos, and I get a little more in depth on what's going on. So check those out. But we have pretty much everything you need here. If people want to go down, and we also get some people coming through here, concerts, and some people come through and play at Yavapai College or the Elks Theater. We've had some pretty big names come through here because they might play Phoenix on the weekend and pop through here during the week. But a lot of people, if you want to go see a ball game, you're 100 miles from Phoenix. You can go down and see the Suns and the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. and actually do it all in a day. Go up, go down, come back. Many people do that. You want to go see a concert, go to Phoenix, maybe spend the weekend. They have great specials in Phoenix on the summertime, a staycation. You can get hotel rooms for very cheap, very 5-star resort hotels for $100 a night down there when it's hot. So people usually say, hey, let's go to Phoenix for the weekend, you know, and enjoy that in the wintertime and the summertime to get away. We're about 4.5 hours from Las Vegas. We are 7 hours from San Diego. And we do have an air carrier in here now that services LA, services the smaller cities in the Midwest. So that's good. And we have a shuttle service. They'll take you down to Phoenix. We have a couple of those for like $35. You pop on there. They drop you right off at the airport. They pick you up, bring you home. A lot of people do that as opposed to just flying. It's just easier to do it that way. So we got you covered all over, you know. We're close by to many states, many areas. It's one of the few states where you could be snow skiing in Flagstaff and the same day drive down to Phoenix and water ski. You could be sledding in Prescott and go water ski at Lake Pleasant in Phoenix, which is the largest lake in Phoenix, which is only about an hour and 20 minutes from where I'm at right now. That's the beauty about Prescott. Very centrally located to do a lot of things and to have fun. So if you have any questions, let me know. I just wanted to give you a little update on the stats, who's living here, what the age group is. Politically, I've had questions on that. There are more probably conservatives here than liberal Democrats. It used to be a heavy conservative area with Barry Goldwater Company. There's been a shift in that. We're now a swing state. I looked up the stats. I think we're 64% Republican, and but it used to be much more than that. So there's been a shift in the political, but it's still a pretty conservative area. But people, you know, they don't get into that too much. They're not like you see on the news and screaming and yelling. But I just tell people, hey, just blend in, no matter your beliefs. Just blend in, be nice. They like, you know, just come here. Don't try to change things. That's the best advice. They always go, what can you give me for advice? I say, don't try to change things. Don't come here and say, well, that's not the way we did it in Chicago. This pizza's bad, not like Chicago. That's not the way we did it in California. This road's crazy in California. Well, you're not in California. You're not in Chicago. You're in Prescott. Oh, there's a guy with a gun on his shoulder, on his hip. He's wearing a gun. Okay, yeah, it's an open carry state. Don't freak out if you see that. It's fine. Okay, so these are things people just want to live their life. When in Rome, do as the Romans, you know, be nice to people, don't be judgmental, and you'll be fine here, okay? You'll love it here. And that's what I tell people, and they do blend in. They go, man, I've lived here for a year, and man, it's really great. People are friendly and nice, and I love my neighbors, I love the town, and you can get involved in a lot of community things here and a lot of volunteer. Workout. There's the YMCA. There's a couple health clubs here, and the YMCA has a beautiful setup with a pool. Yavapai College has an indoor pool, and these places have classes and yoga studios are here, and just everything's here. I think you'll like it. I think you should check it out. If you do, give me a call. 4th generation native of Prescott, Arizona. All of my agents are long-term residents. They know the area. And we have a really good group of people to help you out, and I will help you out personally as well. I will take, you know, we always pick up our phone. I answer my own calls, and you can ask me questions. You have anything you want to know about the area, I'm here for you, okay? And I get a lot of calls, and I appreciate that. So check out, make sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I'll post these from time to time. I'm going a little long here, but I wanted to catch up. Haven't posted something like this in quite a while. Hope you didn't zone out. Hope it helps you out. You can get a hold of me at 928-848-6911 or 602-463-9166. Check out our website at azrealestatematters.com. That's azrealestatematters.com. You can search properties in Prescott and Phoenix for free on that website and set up your own searches. or I can set you up on a search as well. And just make sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I post a lot of different stuff about everything, and you'll like it. I think you'll like it. Okay? Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.